Hello YouTube, welcome back. I posted my boat on a Facebook group, and this 33 miles an hour with a 25 horse Evinrude, and it is a 25 horse. I ran the numbers, and the carb is 25 horse. I've been getting some comments that this is not a 17 foot. 33 is way too fast for a 17 foot with a 25. I'll show you a 17 foot. It's actually like an inch and a half short of 17 if I remember correctly. So we'll measure right there at the transom. I've got 16 foot 11 inches. 16 foot 11. It's a little over 5 foot on top, almost 6 foot on top. I'll get my tape measure off. Alright, let's see what the top measures out. Okay, we're at 5 foot 9 inches on the top. The bottom, let's call it 4 foot 5 on the bottom, and the pad that it actually rides on once you get on plane, we're looking about 3 foot 2 inches. So when this boat gets on top, the only thing it's riding on is this step down pad. All this is barely skimming the water. So to design this boat, it acts like a narrower boat, and it just really moves. Built for shallow water. My transom height 16.5 to 16.75, and my cavitation fin, this is not a proper straight edge, but the top of my fin is even with the bottom of the boat. I have positive trim right now, and I got 2 more notches to go. I can put this all the way on top notch. This thing just surface dries, and this boat does not bounce. With 2 adults in the rear, this boat doesn't bounce. It's a very unique boat, a 97 Seabreeze. My fuel tank is on that side, a 6 gallon, and that's probably all I got in there besides a paddle. I don't have a battery in the boat. I don't have electrics in the boat, but I will install the starter system and charging system and put a battery. I'm not sure if I'm putting it in the back or on this side, but I don't want to store the battery in the same compartment as the fuel tank. But this boat is light. It's probably a 600-pound boat, all fiberglass, and it really moves. I mean, 32 to 33 is fast for a 25 on a 17 foot. It does need some repairs because of this roller. When you launch this, you can only put the trailer halfway in. You have to slide the boat off. The previous owner would try to float the boat off the trailer, and it beats up, the roller beats up this and the lip. So I'm going to make the repairs to all that. But the boat itself, it has a shallow V, the first 3 foot in the front, and then it's flat the rest of the way. Can't really get a good video of that. I'm going to eventually pull off the trailer, redo the bottom. I'm gonna make a plug and a mold of this boat. The company that built it, they only made a few hundred of these, and they've been out of business since 2008, 2007 or 2008. And everybody that sees this boat and the way it rides, they want it. Everybody wants this boat. This boat was originally designed for a longtail Gold Devil as a hunting boat. You see it's got the duck blind mounts for the pop-up blind. I'm gonna get rid of all that. I've got to do some work on the deck. The screws for the hinges are wore out. This box in the rear is separated from the bottom from bouncing with waves. The transom's solid, but when I hit waves, the transom does flex this box, and that's what broke it over time. See the movement when I push down on the transom? But the transom is solid. So I'm going to redo these boxes. I'm going to reinforce these walls, make it 1/2 inch thick on both sides, and make it like transom kickers. Reinforce it to the floor. I'm going to redo these lids and these holes. These are not the original lids. It's something somebody made. It had like hatch style plastic lids on these. I'm going to redo all that eventually. Yeah, I really love the boat. I've been offered $3,000 for it. Now I would not sell it for $3,000. I refuse to sell it because I won't find another. I've never seen another. I've been on the bayou all my life playing with boats, and this is the first time I've ever come across a boat like this shape and this design. Like I said, you can put 2 adults sitting on the back seats, top notch. It'll do 30, and this boat refuses to bounce. It just sticks flat the whole ride, no matter how you treat it. Got some shotgun mounts in there as well. But yeah, maybe this fall I'm gonna do a lot of sanding. I don't know if I'm gonna redo the gel coat or just paint it. I would like to build up the floor in the rear. Slow rise, a 1/4 inch taller. It would help water drain a little easier. There's always water piled up in the back, which is not a big deal. It just, while I'm doing fiberglass work, I can start laying down some mat right here, and then another layer to make it thicker, another layer to make it thicker, to build it up to where when I'm halfway on step or on step, I can drain all the water out of the boat. But, yeah, very happy with the boat. No complaints. I do have a Garmin fish finder that mounts in the middle. This stand-up bar is removable because, again, this boat was designed for a long-tail Go Devil. You stand up, hold onto the bar, and drive, and that was a clip-off point to push the motor out of the water, and you clip it off. This boat wasn't designed for outboard, but it does really well with outboard. When I first got it, it was like 17 foot. It's gonna take a lot of motor for 17, so I was gonna throw a 70 or 50 on it. I do have this 48 right here, 48 special, and I do have another 48 in the backyard that needs a little bit of work. This is my trawling boat, by the way. It hasn't been in the water in a while. Trawls in here, boards, everything. This is a 15'6", and I believe it does like 32 to 33 with this 48. We had a 70 on it, it would do 38. But anyway, this is the boat I had the air cool outboard on for years, and we made a lot of money and caught a lot of shrimp, filled our freezers up. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to this boat eventually. I love it. It's a solid platform. It's my go-to small boat. I need to give it some love, some attention, fix it up. Eventually I'll get off the trailer. I'll fix all the scratches in the gel coat, smooth it all out, and I think I'm gonna do a build video on how to make a fiberglass plug and turn that plug into a mold to where I can actually make a few of these and sell them. Thinking you're allowed to sell up to 7 of them without buying a license and becoming a manufacturer. So if I could sell 7 of these, I'm estimating it'll cost me $2,000 to $2,500 of fiberglass and materials to build the hull. After the mold's made, the mold itself is the plug and the mold is gonna cost me a good bit. After that's made, it's cost me about $2,500 to build, and I'd probably put a price tag of $4,000, and plus the trailer is about $1,500 for a brand new boat, brand new trailer, ready for a motor of your choice. I think the max horsepower is going to be about 35. This thing will be cool with a surface drive. But yeah, well, I had a few minutes and playing around, I figured I'd talk about my favorite boat. And I've got a few boats, but this is definitely my favorite. It's a 1997 Seabreeze 17. You can look up a Seabreeze Marine Incorporated, I believe it is. They're either Kenner or Metairie, Louisiana. They've been shut down since 08, and they made a handful of boats, and this is one of them. Like I said, I've never come across another, and everyone who rides in it wants it because it's just so light for as big of a boat it is. It's very light. Small horsepower does a lot. I think my 15 horsepower pushes it about 22 miles an hour with an old 2-stroke 15. And this is a 97 or 98 2-stroke 25 Johnson. I do have a 35 available, but it's not needed. I mean, 33 is fast. I like to do about 20 miles an hour, so I don't need to do 33, but it's nice the power is there. And yeah, I think a 35 with you probably gain a couple miles an hour with a 35, but you'll gain the load carrying capability to where if you put 4 people, you probably still do 30. To where with this setup, solo, I do about 32 to 33. 2 people, I do 30, 31. 4 adults, I drop down to about 27, which is still great speeds, and it's cheap on fuel. So yeah, thank y'all for viewing. See you on the next one.